Hello, I'm Mayor Dave Seaman, and welcome to In Touch with Tinley. Today we'll be talking about some current and future developments within the village of Tinley Park. With me today is Village Manager Dave Niemeyer.
Hi.
First, I'd like to give you a brief update on economic growth in Tinley Park this year. We have 63 new businesses, and since 2008, 260. We have new jobs of 988. With newly licensed professionals of 37. Our retail sales have increased by 6.1%, with building permits having increased by 26%. Unemployment today is 5.1%, down significantly from 7.6% a year ago. Our industrial vacancy rate stands at 8.8%, down from 10.5% a year ago. Our downtown vacancy rate stands at 5.2%, down from 8.6% a year ago. We have some good news on the Metro front. We have a new express train that will be starting service November 30th. This train will be leaving Chicago's LaSalle Street station at 4:57 p.m., making stop at the 35th Street station, and then express onto the 80th Avenue station, where it will arrive at 5:30, a 33-minute trip. This express service will be about 10 minutes quicker than previous schedules. We've also been able to make permanent, with the cooperation of Metro, 6 outbound and inbound weekend express trains that have now been placed on a permanent schedule. Other good news is the progress related to Senate Bill 508. This is a tourism promotion bill, and it's going to give us grant funds to assist the Tinley Park Convention Center in attracting out-of-state trade shows. Visitors will be able to patronize our hotels, restaurants, and stores. We'd like to thank Senator Mike Hastings, Representative Al Riley, Representative Margot McDermott, Rep. Bob Breda, Senator Bill Cunningham, and Senator Emil Jones. Homesnacks.net ranks Tinley Park amongst the best southwest suburbs in Illinois. They looked at 342 of Illinois' most populous cities to determine the best and worst places to live. They use FBI crime data, government census, Labor Bureau stats, and Sperling's Best Places rankings. These rankings were based on unemployment, housing, median income, education, crime, and population density. Tinley Park came in at number 41, which is the highest ranking of the southwest suburbs on the list of these 150 best places. Visit the link on screen to read the report. Dave, maybe you'd like to tell us a little bit about some projects we have going on right now.
Sure, there's a lot of exciting things going on in Tinley Park. The days of the Great Recession are over, and you see a building going on throughout our community. I want to tell our audience a little bit about what exactly they're seeing. First of all, we're going to talk about what's known as the Anthem Memory Care. This is a project. If you go down Harlem Avenue at 179th Street, you're starting to see the building frame up. It's going to be a residential memory care facility. Going to be 66 units, combination of semi-private and private rooms. It'll have common areas for dining activities, a salon, and courtyards. And the users of the facility are going to be severely memory-impaired adults who will need care with skilled nursing. Also, I want to tell you about the Bickford Senior Living Project you may have heard or read about. This is at 80th Avenue and 173rd Place. This is a 60-unit residential care facility for seniors, and it's a combination of 44 assisted living units and 16 secure memory care units with a skilled nursing staff. And again, kind of the same common areas that was in the last facility. There's a new dialysis center going up at the corner of 80th Avenue and 167th Street. It's a 6,700 square foot facility and provides dialysis services for folks who have chronic kidney failure. And it's located on the site of the former Ike Turner facility. The Great Escape, I'm sure those of you who have shopped at the old Great Escape in Tinley Park will be happy to hear there's a larger facility going up on LaGrange Road near 171st Street. It's going to be 40,000 square feet, and it will replace the one that's currently on 159th Street in the village. Bettenhausen and Chrysler, 159th Street and 84th Avenue. This is going to be a 46,000 square foot showroom and an auto repair facility. It's going to renovate and expand the former Mazda building. And it's going to be a premier Chrysler building for the corporation. Lots of nice site improvements on there. And Chrysler is investing $11 million in the project. And projects like this, Chrysler Great Escape, are really good for the village, not just for the jobs, but the sales tax that they generate. University Medical Center, again on Harlem Avenue, 163rd Street. Those of you who have, I'm sure, have driven down Harlem and see the old MB Bank building that's been vacant for a few years. This is going to be looking a lot better very soon. Once the University Medical Center is completed, there's going to be 2 wings that will create a new medical office building. And it's also going to have room for office spaces and a physical therapy unit. Residential, which for a number of years, of course, in several years ago, we had a lot of residential in Tinley Park. With the onset of the recession, that slowed down. We're now starting to see some residential come back. The second phase of the Brookside Meadow subdivision, which includes 15 townhome structures, which will make for a total of 59 single-family attached units. And those of you who aren't familiar with that, that's at the very southwest corner of Tinley Park. Dreamland Academy, which is 77 West 159th Street. That will be a daycare center for those who have young children from age 2 to 5. We could see as many as 36 kids in this facility, and will be staffed by 4 full-time employees. We'll offer outdoor space, such as including a playground, and it'll be convenient for a lot of folks who work on the west side of Tinley Park, and even those folks who work in Orland Park. The Brixmore Outlet Building, and if you've gone past the corner of 159th and Harlem, I'm sure you've seen the construction going on there. This is a 9,100 square foot building. It's going to have Noodles and Company, a chain restaurant, and it's going to have 2 middle units that they haven't been identified as retail use. It's going to connect with the Starbucks and Potbelly, and I think it'll make a good circulation for fast casual. So this will actually, between the 4 corners of 159th and Harlem, there will be about 1 million square feet of existing retail between our 2 communities. And finally, for those of you, Christmas is coming around a corner, and right after that, we'll be thinking about getting back in shape. And so Planet Fitness is going to be opening at 161st in Harlem. This will be an indoor recreation facility, and it used to be the old Staples building. And it's going to be 22,000 square feet, and will basically, they will be selling memberships out of the Tinley Park Plaza temporarily till it's open. So a lot of great things going on, and there's also a lot of things that are in the work. And I know, Mayor, you wanted to talk about one of the biggest things that's going on in Tinley Park, which is the mental health center property.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. It's important that I think we see all of the updates that are going on in town, not only new construction, but also rebuilding parts of town that basically are being repurposed for bigger and better things. One of the major repurposing efforts that we're going to have coming shortly is the Tinley Park Mental Health Center. Opened in 1958, it was originally designed by the Skidmore, Owens, and Merrill Group. This unit and facility closed in 2012. So now the village is going to have an opportunity to see it rebuilt, and hopefully with some exciting new opportunities. This is a 280-acre site that is going to give us the chance to basically create a best-in-class development to complement our village and set a precedent and basically build a signature project for the entire region. Some of the important things that are coming up right now is a TIF. We instituted and created a tax increment financing district to be able to help offset some of the costs that are associated with the redevelopment on this site that's going to be necessary. There will be a series of demolition projects as well as some environmental mitigation that will have to be done. Last year we had hired Farr and Associates to create a land use development analysis, and after that it gave us a little bit of an idea in terms of what we can actually do with the property and what possible uses would be most appropriate given its Cook County location. We've gone through some exciting discussions about this project, and we've actually received a number of interest from developers. So in order to make sure that it's the right plan for Tinley Park, we're going to be developing a master plan. This master plan will be coordinated by Farr and Associates, and they're going to be going through a rigorous planning and development process to engage residents to give their input in terms of how this will develop. This will involve public meetings that will engage not only residents but also other interested parties. That could include developers as well, who may very well have their own ideas about what could be most market appropriate on that site. So we think that because of having that scale, 280 acres, that we'll be able to do some very interesting and exciting things there. We've got some great proximity to schools, close to the downtown Tinley. It's got local jobs very nearby with the industrial parks that are in that area. And so we've got a real opportunity there to build probably one of the most exciting projects that probably are going to be happening in the area over the next decade or two, actually. Some of the public engagement is going to begin with the formation of a steering committee. This will be constituted of elected officials and key stakeholders throughout the village. They will be providing the village board with periodic briefings and will include interviews with a number of people within the community that have interest, both citizens, business citizens, and other interested parties that are going to make this, I think, a very meaningful plan. There will be 3 community workshops that will be open to the public as well as 1 community open house. These open houses will include an evaluation and analysis of the site, study market research, as well as review the financial feasibility of the various options that will be presented. We'll have a preferred plan, phasing, as well as a development strategy to get the right parcels developed at the right time. We'll have community development that will include keypad polling, open house input, as well as a dedicated website and social media page. At the conclusion of this study, we'll have a complete development plan that will be not only of benefit to the entire region, but will also be something that the community truly wants and desires. So, in conclusion, we'd ask that you stay up to date on this and other projects through Tinley TV, which broadcast on Comcast Channel 4 and UVerse Channel 99, the Tinley Park Exchange, the Tinley Park website, www.tinleypark.org, the weekly community email newsletter, and keep an eye on us with the Village's Twitter account. We look forward to seeing you soon on the next In Touch with Tinley. Thanks so much for joining us.